Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you a hard-working person but feeling like you were never given the opportunity everyone else gets all the shots? Are you working long, hard hours away from your home, wishing you could spend more time with your family? Well, that's where we were just 4 years ago.
Hello everyone, we are Michael and Tanya Hughes with CGH Group. If any of those things Tanya just talked about describe you, we are looking forward to spending the next few minutes talking to you a little about ourselves and how we've been able to partner with Equis Financial and find those solutions to these types of problems.
Before we get started, we would like to tell you a little about us and who we are and why we are so passionate about why we do what we do. Up until about 4 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom of 6 children, 2 extra special needs children. And one day, on April 15th, I woke up to a different world where our son, Callan Hughes, passed away. And that is when I realized you never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. We have been married for 24 years. I do have my degree in elementary education, but I had never worked. Michael worked long, hard hours owning his own construction business, oftentimes being away from home to provide for our family. Many days I felt like that single mom, living in survival mode, because Michael had to be away working, while I was trying to take care of 6 children, and oftentimes at a moment's notice would be in the hospital getting treatment for our special needs children, alone by myself in the hospital. We lived in a world of feast or famine, never knowing when he would get paid or not, or if we were going to get our utilities disconnected or not. On April 15th, my life forever changed. Michael was out of town working, and I woke up like any other day, only to find that our sweet angel Callan, who was 3 years old, had passed away in the middle of the night. You can imagine how devastating that feeling is to lose a child, and then the unbearable and heartbreaking thought of we can't even pay our bills. How are we going to bury our son? We were that GoFundMe page. This is a feeling I will never forget, and truly the driving force of why my passion is so big to protect families and why we do what we do.
Like Tanya said, I spent most of our married life working for myself. I started my construction business just 2 years into our marriage, where I found a pretty nice level of success until the housing market crashed in 2008. There, my residential construction business went into the tank. A good friend of mine was working for T-Mobile at the time, and they needed some help finishing an expansion project. After that was done, along came another project, and before I knew it, I was swinging around on cell phone towers 500 feet in the air. The pay was good, and I was making money, but the quality of life just wasn't there. I actually was on a tower in Dallas the morning that Tanya called me and told me that our son had passed away. That was the longest 4-hour drive of my life. 2 thoughts came to my mind over and over again. This is either going to galvanize our family or it's going to tear it apart. And it doesn't matter what I do to make a living, I will not be away from my family anymore. 6 months later, we made the commitment to go full-time with Equis and haven't looked back. For the rest of the time Tanya and I have with you today, we would like to spend it telling you about Equis and about what we have done to leverage the platform they provide to create a sustainable business that allows us the freedom to be there for our kids and the things they are passionate about and earn enough money to live a comfortable lifestyle without the stress of having to work 70 and 80 hours a week for a company that you have to beg for days off. Today we will talk about the products that we offer and the value that they bring to families across America, the market that we work in and the clients that we serve. We will tell you about Equis Financial and the Integrity Partnership. We'll talk to you about how we get in front of people and how you're trained, and of course, how we get paid.
When we partner with our agents, we lock arms with you and commit to give you all we have to offer and ask that you commit to give us your all in return. I can't teach you to love and care about people, but I can teach you everything else you need to know. Consistent activity, positive mental attitude, personal development, thinking about your clients first before yourself or your paycheck, being coachable and teachable are all essential to your success here at Equis Financial and the CGH Group.
So who is Equis Financial? We work in the largest industry in the country. The financial services market is the only trillion-dollar industry. The unmet need is an estimated $9.7 trillion. Here are some of the facts. 40% of America does not have a life insurance policy on themselves. Over 128 million people don't even have $5,000 for cremation. 12,000 people a day are turning 50. 10,000 people a day are turning 65. And this will go on and on for the next 20 plus years. This is a recession-proof industry. You'll never be laid off. You'll never run out of people to talk to. Here we sit in the middle of a major global pandemic, and our business is not only surviving, but it's thriving. We are on pace to see a 35% growth in our business this year alone. We believe that we will serve the single most underserved marketplace in the country today, and that is middle-income America. Our target market does not buy their financial products over the internet, and certainly aren't watching TV and dialing the 800 number that tells them to buy this product to take care of their financial needs. Our families still like somebody to sit down in front of them and help them tailor a program that fits the specific needs of those people that are most important to them.
Let's talk about some of the products that we use to serve middle-income America. One of the main ways that we help middle-income America is to protect their homes in case of death, illness, or disability. Tomorrow is not promised. Life can change at any moment. Our daughter went from running and jumping like any other child to passing out and to eventually ending up in a wheelchair. The realization for me is if this can happen to my own daughter, it can happen to me or anyone else. We protect families from the very thing that we went through and the devastating effects illness and death can place on a family. We are looking for the right people to help us educate and protect families with the new kind of life insurance, the one you do not have to die to use. Did you know that there are almost 50,000 families a month losing their home in foreclosure in this country? Almost 50% of all mortgage foreclosures are actually the result of a financial hardship due to a critical illness, a chronic illness, or a terminal illness. Only 3% of foreclosures are actually due to death. 50% of all small businesses fail because of this very same reason. 50% of all bankruptcies in this country are directly tied to medical conditions and all the costs associated with those conditions. If these people would have had a mortgage protection with a living benefit policy, they would not have had to foreclose on their homes and lose their valuable possession. Life insurance with living benefits creates a streamline of income and allows you to access the death benefit of your policy while you're still alive. So when these catastrophic events happen, like heart attack, cancer, or stroke, or one of the 13 other types of illnesses, you can access a portion of that death benefit to pay things like mortgage payments, medical bills, car payments, put food on the table, and even just put lunch money on your children's lunch card account. Another benefit of this kind of protection is there's not a medical exam, so you don't have to risk getting rated up. And you have immediate coverage. There's no waiting period.
Okay, now we're going to get into the Equis platform and how you can leverage it to find whatever level of success you're looking for. Let's talk about how to get in front of people, because that really is where the business begins. As much as I loved construction, the reality of the business was I spent about a third of my time trying to find the next project. Most of my time was spent doing things that did not directly put money into my bank account. It is our mission to be able to put qualified prospects in front of qualified agents. So there's no cold calling. It's all warm market phone calls. You will spend about 10 to 15% of your time talking to people and making phone calls and setting appointments with people that actually want to talk to you. So we work in the most regulated industry in this country. We are meeting people in their homes, dealing with their finances. So you can't just sign up to work here. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You can't have any major active felony convictions, otherwise you will not be able to get a license in your state. Every state requires a pre-licensing course, a background check, and a state test at the testing center. The great news is that we can help you get this license. And because we contract with so many agents throughout the year, we have a national discount with one of the best testing companies in the country. The exam's about $50. The background check is about the same. And the state test is going to cost you somewhere between $50 and $75. So for about $200, you can become a licensed agent in your city and state and go out and protect families. We find that most people want to get started quickly so they can get their course and background done in about 7 to 10 days. So for about the cost of a good pair of shoes, in less than 30 days, you can literally have the potential to generate the kind of income that doctors and lawyers make.
So let's talk about training. We have in-house training where agents can come to our office, get their bag ready, and leave ready and prepared to protect families and make money fast. You will receive hands-on instruction and training by me personally. I have been number 2 or 3 in the company since I joined Equis. From a stay-at-home mom to a successful agent, I know what works and doesn't work. We have created a website with step-by-step training and tips designed to help you get out in the field as soon as possible, to help you learn from the mistakes I made and get you going faster. We also have live dial sessions where you will learn the art of setting appointments, overcoming objections, and develop mental toughness. I am a perfect example if you love and care about people, are teachable, and follow the system we have in place here at Equis and the CGH group, you too can not only survive, but thrive in this business. All you have to do is commit to plugging in, being coachable, and follow the system. A system that has been proven over the last 40 years. We have webinars, podcasts, sales calls where we all can learn and grow from each other. Our leaders have paved the way. All you have to do is duplicate what they have already done. We have trained all types of people, from single moms to part-time agents to full-time agents and to top producers to our youngest agent of just 19 years old, fresh out of high school. Equis has something for everyone. Whether you are a part-time agent, a full-time agent, or someone looking to earn some extra income or wanting to build a business here, everyone is important and everyone is treated the same. We know what it's like to barely make it and not have anything to start with. So when you start, we're going to start you on 50-cent leads and dollar leads. We're going to train how you call and make appointments. So if you make a mistake, it's not an expensive mistake. It's a 50-cent mistake. If you get licensed in 30 days and show your commitment to us, Michael and I, as your regional managers, will start you out with leads out of our pocket. We do this on purpose. That way you can go out and write a couple of applications on your own to prove to yourself that you can do this and that you can make money. Another part of the platform that's extremely important for you to be successful is your need to have great partners and great relationships with the carriers that you are contracted with to serve your clients. We as a company are paid to distribute these products for these insurance carriers. There are over 625 insurance companies in the country. However, there are only a strong handful of them that have the living benefits we're talking about. Isn't it nice to know that Equis has created relationships with 15 of the top-rated carriers that provide these benefits to your clients? You will never have to walk out of a home and say, "I'm so sorry, I don't have something for you in my bag to protect your family." There is always something for everyone. We distribute so much product for these carriers that just recently, in the last year and a half, one of these carriers came to us and they wanted to create an even stronger bond with us. They created a policy just for our company, just for us as agents to use. Nobody else in the industry can use it. This gives us a competitive edge that no one else has at extremely competitive prices. There are so many people that need this protection. And if you're willing to go out there and work, go through a learning curve, and become good at this, that even part-time, you can call your own shots. You can be your own boss. You don't have to work for anybody. You work for yourself. You determine your own success. You're in control of every aspect of your business, and it's completely up to you. So whether or not you're just looking at this for a part-time opportunity to write an app or two a week, or whether you're thinking about changing careers, this might be a great business opportunity for you to build an agency and build something of value for yourself, or leave behind a legacy for your family. By now, I hope you feel my passion for not only what we do for the consumer, but what we've been able to accomplish for our own family. We are in the business of changing lives. If you're teachable, trust in the system, stay hungry, stay humble, I promise you, we can help you change your life.
So let's talk about how you get paid. This is where the rubber meets the road. The average client pays about $80 to $90 a month for this kind of insurance. So that's about $1,000 a year in annualized premium. Our contracts go from 70% all the way up to 120%. And you can earn your way up the line at 5% increments. So let's say you protect your family with a $1,000 policy. At a 70% contract, that's a $700 commission. And by the way, most policies are approved right in the house or with the carriers in just 2 to 3 days. The insurance company is going to take 3/4 of that $700 and deposit it straight into your account. And when you do the math, that's about a $525 deposit. The remaining 25% is put into an account and held until the end of the year when the insurance company releases it to you in equal payments on months 10, 11, and 12. Just as the ad said, if you go out and write 1 to 2 applications a week, you can make $500 to $1,000. If you want to sell 3, 4, or 5 apps a week, then do that. If you average 1 family protected a week at 45 weeks a year, that's $25,000 annually. If you protect 2 families, $50,000. 3 families is $75,000 in income a year. There's one last element to what we're talking about, and it's not for everyone. It usually involves people with a little bit of management experience, somebody that's had a supervisor role, and somebody who wants to own their own company or their own agency. When you develop the skill set of being able to bring agents on and get them trained and get them moving, the insurance companies recognize that. The insurance companies feel that that is a skill set worth getting paid for. They know that if you can get others to duplicate what you do, then you have more influence in the marketplace than you otherwise would on your own. And they are willing to pay you for that. So think of it, every time you hire an agent and help get them trained, for every policy that they write, the carrier pays you an override commission over and above what the agent received. Average override bonuses are anywhere from $80 to $150 per policy. And so if you have 5 agents that you've brought on and help get them trained, they are each writing 3 apps a week. That's 15 policies a week, 60 policies a month. You can do the math. And that's before you ever sold a policy or protected a family. So just think of it. In 2016, when we started full-time at Equis and were negative in all of our checking accounts, it's really amazing to think that in 2017, our first full year in the business, we deposited just over $228,000 just following the system we laid out in this video. $380,000 in deposits in 2018. $550 in 2019, and we are on pace to deposit just over $850,000 this year. What this should mean to you is that once you get a license, like I did, then you have the same opportunity that we have had. The platform that we've created, coupled with the leadership of Equis Financial and Integrity Marketing, there isn't anything you can't accomplish here. We build people. If you can stay humble and hungry and change the way you think, you will absolutely have the opportunity to change the way you live.
The CGH group was created in memory of our son who passed away, Callan George Hughes. The name bears his initials. C stands for compassion, G stands for grit, and H stands for honor. We live by these principles daily and encourage our agents to live by them as well. So like I said in the beginning, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're a hard-working person looking for an opportunity or wanting to spend more time with your family, and you like what you've heard, this very well might be the opportunity you have always been looking for.
So what's next? If you receive this video from me, please text the number at the bottom of the screen now. I will need the following information: your first and last name, city and state you applied to, and the phrase, "I'm ready." And once you've done that, we will connect and set a time that works for both of us and chat one-on-one. Find out a little bit more about you and what you're looking for and why you're looking for it. And then at that point, we will make a decision. If we feel it's a good fit for us, and if it's still a good fit for you, then we will get you in and get you going. We're a little picky about who we choose to partner with and bring into our agency family. We are looking for good, kind-hearted people who are serious and want to make a difference. People that are looking to get started quickly. On behalf of my wife, we would like to thank you for taking the time to get to know us a little bit better, understand what a typical day or week would look like for you, and how serving middle-income America just might be the best part-time or full-time business opportunity that's available today in this country. If it's the right fit, we look forward to speaking with you soon.